Hey guys, Tomboy601, and today we're taking a look at the Cheshire. She received a buff during the last patch, and I haven't really covered her yet, and Wargaming gave her to me to go ahead and cover this little patch. So, of course, shit provided by Wargaming because I'm in the community contributor program. Always want to keep that clear to you guys. She got a couple of buffs in the previous thing, but before we get into all that, into the commentary, I know we kind of started quickly, didn't really have time kind of cut the recording close on this one. Anyway, comment of the day is going to go out to Matthias Guerrera and Robert Townsend, because both of them let me know that the historical camos that I kind of shouted out in the last video about not knowing when they would release, turns out they've been out this whole update. They just are inside and already in the camo slot. You have to pay about 75 paint, you unlock them, and they're really cool. I enjoy them. I kind of went through and bought a ton of them just because I really like the historical camos. Like, those are some of my favorite. A lot of the camos are my favorite, but I do really enjoy the historical camos. So if you didn't know already, thank you to you two for going ahead and correcting me, and I hope you guys enjoy the historical camos if you didn't know where they were anyways. Anyway, Cheshire, let's go ahead and talk about what she got buffed, and then we'll go ahead and start commentating on this game. So, a couple of buffs that she got. Rudder shift time, it went down. It already had a fairly quick one. It went from 10.5 down to 9, and you can further reduce that significantly once you put mods and such on it. Main battery reload time reduced from 17 seconds down to 16. And then the repair party, they modified it, so all of the healing that it used to do over 27 seconds, it now does over 9.3. So a very quick heal out of it. Anyways, Cheshire, very weird, and I still don't know. I went through and kind of watched the other CC's videos on the Cheshire to get a kind of feel as to what it was like pre all of these buffs, and it still suffers from what a lot of them were saying. It's still a very squishy ship that has decent damage overall, but not really. Like, its alpha damage, its ability, its pure shell hit performance is excellent, unmatched at the tier. It has the ability to punch through things. It has 234 millimeter guns, which means it can punch through the nose of pretty much any tier 6 cruiser. Now here's the problem. You probably aren't going to be able to hit and or actually be able to stand up to any other tier 6 cruisers, and most of the time you're going to get up tiered into a tier 7 game, and good luck. If any battleships look at you and sneeze at you the wrong direction, you're sunk. Like, it is a very difficult ship to play. Anyways, we're out here in the Cheshire, and we're taking advantage of the one thing the Cheshire is pretty decent at, and that's not being shot at. So if you can manage to not be shot at and stay your distance, you can go ahead. You have a very good fire setting chance on these shells. You have a 26% chance to set fire. So if you can hit things consistently, which is kind of a struggle, its dispersion and grouping is kind of wonky. And even though it has a fairly long range on it right now for me is 14.9 kilometers, so fairly decent range. You're going to struggle to hit ships at far range, which means even though you have that 26% chance, there's only 6 barrels. So even if you have, if your front 4 land, like you have 4 that can go when you're bow in on someone, if you have those 4 and you can hit someone, you have a decent chance of starting a fire. But the problem is you probably won't be able to hit those 4. Anyways, we went through there, kind of harassed those battleships, got up to 25,000 damage, decent number of fires, and now we're going to go ahead and push in. B flag already picked up, already kind of supported, and we're going to go ahead and start pushing on in, try to support our team. We are surprisingly good at taking out destroyers. The Cheshire does have very decent sonar, like a very good sonar for it. So it is one of its strengths. Venom decides to pop up, and we're going to say, hey, that looks like a nice juicy steak. Take a couple of pot shots at it, and then swing that rear gun, that Minsk, low damage, low health right there. We're going to see what we can do about it. We have 2 fire set. Kind of we're in like Dewey, like it's a Venom. So here's the thing. Generally, you would let 2 fires, you would extinguish 2 fires immediately. But with Venom in the water, you never know if there's 16 torpedoes coming your way. Anyway, Executor pops up as well, and we're about to have the full British party over here, because Executor is here, and then before we know it, a London pops up as well. So we have pretty much all of the British premium ships, which is kind of cool. Like, all the British cruisers are, premium cruisers are here. Anyway, it appears that the Executor wants to go ahead and continue sailing broadside, so we're going to start loading AP. Of course, we do have a really long reload on this ship, so we have to kind of think about our plays beforehand, but London is also full broadside, so we're going to go ahead, pop that up. One of the problems with Cheshire is that she does have those giant guns. Thankfully, all of those hit. We got decent damage of the London, didn't do too much on the overpen, I don't think. Anyways, waiting on that next reload. Torpedoes out. Very good torpedo angles on the Cheshire. Surprisingly good torpedo angles. Hit the citadel of the London. That's what we like to see. Even though, once again, a good old overpen. One of those torpedoes hits. We destroy the London. That's what we like to see. And now it's time to go ahead and hit the Executor. And the one thing we're going to start doing is taking damage. Executor is going to start pumping damage into us. We have 2 fire set. We're going to go ahead and pop that. And we're just going to kind of wait on these reloads. Once again, we have to wait on the reloads. We do have a substantial reload. We're going to fire one more time at the Executor, and he seems to be kind of falling back. We're going to keep reversing just because we do have these torpedoes coming in. And if you can reverse from torpedoes, like if you know torpedoes are going to come in, reversing is always a good strategy just because they do tend to have a spread angle. And if you reverse, that angle is going to increase and increase the distance between the torpedoes, meaning that you'll have a better chance of dodging out of the way if you're going to be straight on. So that's always one thing I like to do. We keep on reversing here, just kind of waiting and seeing what we can do. Now the Executor's out of the picture, Benham is popping up, and we know AP not going to really cut it for the Benham. So it's time to go a little bit of destroyer hunting. 2 seconds left on that reload, and we'll go ahead, fire off, and start moving forward. Minsk pops up again very bravely with his 5 hit points, 4 hit points. Let's see right here. We get, oh, it was a miss. We of course whiff that one when we just need to sneeze on the Minsk. Let's go ahead. Let's see if we can hit him here. Probably once again, won't do it. Oh, he's turning in. Maybe we'll do it. There we go. That was all of 300 health. So Minsk taken down, but we still have that Benham, and we know he's going to be a threat. We know he's going to use his torpedoes. Why? Because he has 16 of them. And let me tell you, if you're like me and like the Benham, you know what fun it is to ride all of the torpedoes into everyone else. Like, Benham, I love her just because you can go ahead and fire torpedoes for days and days and take shots you wouldn't usually, just because you have 16 torps. Anyways, we're spotted, which means we know the Benham is about. There he is, pops up right there, and it is now time to go ahead and hunt this guy down. Slowly getting those front turrets on. We're going to go ahead, fire away, and we know we're going to meet him on the other side of the island. First set of torpedoes comes in. We have popped our sonar because we know this is going to be a torpedo-filled battle. One of the downsides of Cheshire is also her turning radius. She is almost a battleship level of turning radius. It is ridiculous at 720 meters. He goes ahead, lets out those other torpedoes, and we're already full cranked over. So this is kind of already self-determined whether we're going to hit them or not. We're turning. He's almost taken care of. So at this point, we know we're either going to take a hit, which we do. We take 1 torpedo hit, not too bad. Immediately pop that damage con. We don't have any repairs left, unfortunately. And we finally take out the Benham. It is now 4 ships down to 2, and Executor is right on back. We're hoping we can get this reload in these turrets turned in time, but sadly, he disappears by that island. So we're going to go ahead and try to kind of cut him off at the pass here. And this is probably one where I make a critical error. So at this point, we kind of have to determine, do we think Executor is going to be straight on, or is he going to be broadside? And we say, you know what, I think he's going to be broadside. And then we decide to switch on back to HE just in case. Not sure what we're 100% thinking on this point. But anyways, we go ahead, load the HE, get ready to meet the Executor on the other side of this island. Because we know he's in that area, he's capping. We are well aware. It is now our 2 battleships and myself versus them and their battleship and an Executor. So we're going to go ahead, turn this corner right here. We know he has more HP than us, so we need to kind of turn in and take as much damage, prevent, turn in, try to do the angling, of course, Cheshire, not exactly the best at angling. She is kind of a squishy ship. Wait for the warning indicator to disappear, telling us that we're going to take a couple of hits. There goes the torpedoes. He was very clever, didn't know exactly where we were, but could kind of guess when we were going to make that turn. Good on him for trying to fire those predictive torps. Sadly, they don't turn out for him. We're going to try to turn on in because that battleship also has now a direct line of fire on us. Sadly, the turning radius is just going to go ahead and bite us in the butt for one last time. Executor hits our tail, and we're down. He's left with a sliver of health. Overall, decent game in the Cheshire. 75k is a decent game in the ship. She doesn't have the DPM to really keep up, but I think she might need another buff. I don't know what exactly to do to her, but I would still not be playing this ship a lot if I were you. But yeah, that's the Cheshire, guys. What did you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. When I'm recording this, I have 25 people left until I hit 10,000. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm so close. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked the video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. See ya.